Right. Hi everyone. My name is Vivian Adeyemi, and I'm a HR consultant with Face-to-Face HR. Thanks, Renetta, for the opportunity to present today. I know I'm quite new in the team and all that, but I'm grateful for the opportunity so that everyone knows a bit more about what I do as a HR consultant. So I work with a franchise called Face-to-Face HR, and we provide practical and tailored HR support. We always say we take care of HR so you can take care of business. Because a lot of times I find business owners can feel very overwhelmed when it comes to human resources or HR. So whether it's, navigating the different changes happening with the employment law, if you're a
Mm,
business owner that have got employees, you might, at some point have staff issues, or it might just be a case, where you are trying to get all your documents compliant. So your handbook, policies, contracts, and really keeping them up to date with all the changes happening. So this is where we come in and make sure that we are looking after the HR side of things so that you can focus on the things that you are truly passionate about. One of it being, your business. So our clients, the clients that we typically work with are small to medium sized businesses, typically between 10 and 100 employees. We also work with businesses across various sectors. I've worked in human resources for over 10 years, and I've had the privilege to work with clients both in the public sector and in the private sector as well, and also, across different areas. And so I come in with that breadth of, knowledge and experience to be able to support small businesses. Now, small businesses are quite unique as well in the way they operate. Most of them don't have an internal HR department. Most of them obviously are conscious of budget. And so
mm,
this is where we come in, making sure that we are able to offer them that same quality, of HR service without them having to, hire, say, a HR manager that'll be in-house that they'll have to put on a salary.
mm,
Um, and small businesses as well are unique because we are business owners as well. We're HR professionals, but we run our business. And so we're able to kind of think the way a business owner would think, about their business. So when we come in, we're able to really understand, exactly their pain points, and then we support them from there.
mm,
So we have franchise partners. So I'm one of them. We operate in areas around the UK. I'm currently based at Bury St. Edmunds. So this is a very old picture, and at the moment we are growing and we have about 23 franchise partners. We are all CIPD qualified. I've got a level 7 CIPD qualification and a member of the CIPD, a chartered member. So if we some of the partners, they have CIPD qualifications or an equivalent, very similar to the CIPD qualifications. We've got partners that have got MBAs as well. Most of them also doing research. And so we are constantly keeping up to date with the changes happening in the world of HR. We have several years of senior HR experience. My last role in the corporate world was working as a HR manager with a management consultancy firm. And we're also very used to giving hands-on practical advice. And, where we get feedback from clients, they always, celebrate the fact that we have a down-to-earth, realistic, and friendly approach to the way that we handle, HR matters. We make it very simple. A lot of times people sometimes get really confused with some terms, but we make sure that we break it down so as simple as, so that an everyday person can understand, the terms that we use. So what do we do? We have one of the comprehensive support service that we provide is called Face It HR support. Um, Here, this one is designed to provide our clients with the peace of mind and easy, unlimited access to expert advice and support. Now, the Face It HR support is perfect for small business owners on a budget and businesses who may be anticipating a couple of issues during the year, or those who do not have the time to spend drafting correspondence or sourcing forms and need to be able to just offload more people management from their desk. This is our retainer. We find that this is our most popular, really, because it's very affordable and people, they just know that it's a continuous service. We don't have a long tie-in to our retainer. So if, for instance, you come on my retainer and after 6 months you're not happy, then we can, I can stop providing that service for you. So there's no long tie-in to say you need to be there, say, for a whole year. So next, another great service that we offer is HR documents. I've had again lots of clients contact me to just help them set up lots of templates that they would then use for the employees that they hire. So that can range from HR handbook, contract policies, um, letters, HR letters. So, if, for instance, you want to invite someone to a meeting, or if you're carrying out, maybe someone's going on maternity leave. So it's all those type of letters that I'll be able to provide and just tailor it to what you want as a business owner. Then next is our ad hoc advice. Again, world of HR is just, lots of changes happening, lots of I'm not too sure, what to do in this situation type of thing. And so I'm able to come in and provide that specialist advice for the exact, situation. Because again, we don't ever say one size fits all. Every, situation is different from perhaps what you have managed in the past. And so I am able to come in, listen to what's happening at that point in time and then advise you, making sure, you have sound advice. Or just even if you feel like you know what you're doing, but as a sounding board, I can be there as well. And then I also offer projects. A lot of my colleagues sometimes support me when it's a project that perhaps, need extra pair of hands. So projects that I have done in the past include redundancies, grievance, carrying out investigation, disciplinary processes as well, performance improvement plan, and I also sell packages like my first employee package. So if you're looking to take on your first employee and not sure exactly what you need to do, then I can, guide you. And there's a lovely package that I can sell you as well, which is fantastic. Right. So our approach to documents are the documents that that I offer to my clients are what they really need. I wouldn't advise, for instance, that you buy a whole handbook if you already have a handbook. It might just be a case where you need to update a clause or update a paragraph or update a policy, in the handbook. And so it would not just be, for the sake of just changing one or two things, sell you a whole handbook. So it's really what you need. The documents also are, I make sure that they're appropriate, consistent, and they're relevant to that, industry, the style, the tone. I remember GP contacted me once and he wanted it to be very specific, to the, that industry, the healthcare industry. And so I'll make sure that I tailored it to exactly what he needed. So again, it's so important, I think, for a lot of people, who are not HR professionals, they want to be able to understand the documents. You, as a business owner, you'll be hiring, people that's not necessarily HR professionals, so that we want to make sure that it's user friendly and easy to understand as well. Ultimately, we want to make sure that you as an employer, you are legally protected, with all the documentation, making sure that it is compliant. So next is our approach to advice. We make sure that the advice that we give are practical and they are realistic for you as a small business owner. We want to make sure that we focus on what you want to achieve, Um, we don't try to put barriers in the way to say, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. But it's working with you to say, what do you want to achieve at the end of the day? And we work with you to achieve that. A lot of times things might seem very overwhelming until you speak to someone that is very knowledgeable and they break it down for you and you're able to see a way forward, a way out of probably a very dark situation. We also make sure that the advice we give is unique. You're not going to get someone at the other end of the phone, and then someone else at a different time, but it's one consultant, and that will be myself working with you all the way, understanding what you understanding your business, your people, and then really tailoring that advice to meet your needs. And we always say it's about enabling action, not restricting the business owner. Like I've said in the previous one, to not, create barriers for them, but really work with them, see what they want to achieve. So we've had great feedback from our clients, and I'll just let you, read the testimonials here. This feedback help us really to constantly, improve on the services that we provide. For instance, myself, I always make sure that I keep up to date with, the changes happening. AI, for instance, is becoming a thing now. And so it's about, evolving as a person, as a business, and seeing how best to support my clients as well. And again, more testimonials. I'll give you a few seconds to look at those. So you can find me online. I'm on Facebook, on X, Instagram, and also on LinkedIn. I've got my newsletter as well, so I'll really appreciate if you subscribe. And thank you so much.